Hey everybody, welcome back to our Medieval Total War Holy Roman Empire campaign. And this, if you're new to the game, if you're maybe just jumping in the series randomly here, you may be forgiven for being a little confused by what you're seeing. But this, make no mistake, this is what winning looks like. Just trust me. This is a Glorious Achievements campaign, and we're winning. 125 points. I mean, we're well ahead of the competition. So don't be deceived by what looks like the fact that we only have, one settlement with buildings in it that we actually own, apart from, Antioch over here. Don't be deceived. No, we are ahead. We are winning the game, and it is it will come to a flawless conclusion. Have no fear. No, we're in trouble here. We have a couple of turns here that I think are going to be critical. And so what we've done is we've got our forces in Rome, which is essentially our capital at this point. Our king is here, our princes are here, and we've got quite a few, and this is the place where we can train our stuff, right? Most notably, chivalric men-at-arms, chivalric sergeants. We can get crossbows and feudal sergeants, and we can get several flavors of agents here, and recently the ability to make crusades. We have taken the opportunity to attack the Byzantines unprovoked because their king was hanging out in Provence, and I saw the opportunity. I'd been planning to attack them anyway, quite frankly, because I'm thinking if we get this territory, we get a few crusades under our belt, we start to get the influence of our king up somewhere reasonable, and maybe our fortunes turn around. Naples and Sicily are very rich provinces. If we get back Tuscany and we drive the Byzantines into a civil war, maybe we get back Tripoli. We can get peace with them, potentially, but this will also help the Golden Horde, right? Hurting the Byzantines is going to make life potentially easier for them, which may make life harder for their mutual enemies with us, which is the Danes. They're at war with the Danes, they're at war with the Hungarians. I want the Horde to do really well and screw up both of these factions. So the first thing that we're doing here is making sure that this crusade is going to succeed. There's very little, I'm afraid, that we can do about this. We've got a crusade here with 760 men led by Prince Heinrich. He's one of many of our princes. He's not the crown prince. Neither is this guy, Prince Friedrich. He's been chosen just for the fact that he has the great warrior stat, so we can just throw him into melee and kind of forget about him. Heinrich does have natural leader, so all of these men are getting +2 to morale. That's nice. This is not a fantastic army, but it's got enough cav, it's got some fanatics, it's got some reasonable infantry that I think we could make it work, and we're drip feeding it some chivalric men-at-arms as they become available from Rome. But the reason I'm not moving everything to Naples is simply this. If the Byzantines counterattack, either from Tuscany or from their islands here into Rome, which they could well do, then if we lose that battle, if we withdraw to the fortress, or if we just lose that battle and end up under siege, we are going to lose the chapter house. If we lose the chapter house, the crusade is gone. Now, I'm not sure exactly what would happen there. I think we would get the units. The units would remain. I'm not sure where they would appear, though. Would they be in Naples? Would we still keep the citadel in Naples under siege? Would they reappear somewhere else? I am not sure. This is all new territory for me, and so I kind of don't want to find out. What I want to do is have this timeout. We've got 2 turns for this to happen. It holds out for 1 year, and then the next year it's gonna say is about to fall, and then subsequently that would fall to us. So we've got 2 years basically to wait this out. We have to hold both of these provinces during that time if we want our crusade to succeed. So, I mean, the loss of influence from a failed crusade would be, we'd lose 1 or 2 points of influence here. That's nowhere we haven't been, quite frankly. We have had emperors with 0 influence. So it wouldn't be, wouldn't be the worst. But I'd really like to avoid it, so I need to keep a force here. And plus, Rome is the place that we have, right? So I feel like we need to keep all of these guys right where they are. We've got a solid stack here. We've got the emperor as well. And then we're continuing to train. We're also getting an inn going, so we can, maybe next turn throw in some mercenaries and help this all out. The other thing that I'm doing is this army, this 4-stack force that has been all over the world. They've been playing Ring Around the Rosie with the Danes, the Hungarians, the Spanish, the Italians, the Byzantines. They've seen quite a lot. Unfortunately, we lost one of our good governors in, I think it was a battle with the Hungarian. I can't even remember at this point. Maybe it was the Byzantine battle. But we've got Lord von Marin here, King of the Romans, and he is not anymore Lord Blankenberg, who was the first guy who had all these traits, but he is one of his successors, who has inherited the man's doubtful courage, unhinged looniness, true piety, no mercy, killer instinct, natural leader, and brave beyond belief. So this guy's all over the place. It's ultimately a negative in terms of the morale. So he is not good for the morale of these men. This army's purpose, though, is just to keep the Danes busy. I'm really, as you know by this point, I'm not expecting to do anything fantastic with this army, I guess. Now, arguably, they would probably be a lot more useful down here in Tuscany. Maybe that's what I should have done. But the die is cast at this point. We are heading north. We are heading against the Danes, and we're going to go out in a blaze of glory. That is the goal, at any rate. This army, its sole purpose is to make life miserable or just a little bit harder for the Danes. That was my huge mistake. If I have to go back, and rewatch this series and find the point at which I lost the campaign, I think it would be when I was just watching in amazement as the Danes were expanding, through France and into Spain, right? And I was just kind of sitting and holding and biding my time and doing a little building here and there. But I let the Danes get big. We were allied, and I was happy to see them expand, and I should have acted quicker against them. I should have gone against, hit Denmark or something, right? I should have found a way to drop our alliance, I suppose. Maybe it wouldn't have been as easy as I'm making it out to be, because we were allied. I would have needed to, incur a loss of influence. We've been through a lot in this campaign, so here's where we are, and we're going to try to make up for it. Now, the Italians are also going to take Aragon. That's going to happen in a couple of years, unless they... wow, there's only 80 men here. They might lose a lot of men, actually, because I wish I could see what their army consisted of. But they've only got 80 men in this army, so it's the king's men, and it's, whoever he's got with him. And we've got 54 men, and they're going to take losses for each of these 2 turns. Again, 2 years here means really 3 turns. So that's going to be 3 turns during which their forces are going to take losses. So they might lose just a ton. And in fact, yes, very low taxes. We're seeing potential for some unrest here. And maybe I should move my spy over, and we can get a loyalist revolt. Now, the reason I've left the Italians and just sort of accepted the fact that we're maybe going to lose Aragon is because the Pope warned us not to attack them. If we get excommunicated, yes, again, we would probably lose some influence for our king and loyalty problems and all that. But the real issue is, I think if we get excommunicated, I'm not sure what happens to this crusade. Now, I've seen AI factions who have been excommunicated, and they still have a crusade, and the crusade is still flitting around the map. So probably we wouldn't lose it, but you just never know, and so I'd rather not. And honestly, if this is going to fall, I'd rather it fall to the Italians rather than to the Danes. But seeing the writing on the wall here, we lost our army in Grenada in this very tragic battle in which I just neglected to move them out. Or no, I was trying to assault, right? But the Danes managed a massive counterattack. So I took care of their first wave of units, and actually we've done a decent amount of damage to them. So it's hard to feel too bad about how things went down, because I had less than 1 stack and they had like 2. So we completely routed their first wave and did a lot of damage to them, but it just wasn't enough. And so we lost our army in Iberia. That left Valencia, and so in a fit of pique, I tore down everything I could get my hands on and moved the tiny garrison over to Castile, which is currently entirely empty. So the big things we're going to watch for this turn is, are we going to get counterattacked in both or either of these 2 provinces? What's going to happen up in the north? And then what's going to happen to Castile? I'm not expecting that much to happen around here. I imagine they'll bring in just some garrison unit and we'll just, auto-calc and fail the battle. But that, is something to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, in Antioch, we're just holding out. I don't feel like training many more units because I don't have that great unit capability to train. And nor am I necessarily interested in spending my money on ships, because the Danes have essentially uncontested naval superiority. They have troops down here, right? The reason we don't have ships down here is because the Danes killed them. So I don't know if they still exist down here, right? It could be that they don't, but they probably do. So I feel like spending 900 on a caravel would be 900 we're throwing away. Economically, though, with all the destruction, we're doing okay. Only minus 64 in projected losses next turn. So let's end the year and watch for that Byzantine counterattack. Now, we did hit them in Provence, hard enough to annihilate that army. But who knows what they've got in Corsica, Sardinia. And the other thing is, I'm not sure if they have the ability to get men from, like, Greece over. Okay, they're a counterattack in Provence. Okay, they didn't counterattack. All right, our inquisitors are gradually getting assassinated. And Anjou withdraws. The Danes withdraw into the fort of Anjou. Fine. Okay, we lost Provence. Now, this was a rebellion before the Byzantines decided to attack. It looks like the rebellion succeeded and the Byzantines... I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out when we get back to the map. What? All right. I did not expect this. I did not expect this to work. All right. I'll take it, man. Okay. We got Castile. We destroyed 2 facilities. What was this, a keep? I think it was just a castle. Sorry, I think it was just a keep. I don't think it was a full-fledged castle. But wow, okay, we'll take Castile. That gives us 200, and then we'll definitely be destroying it. Okay, bandits in Toulouse. It looks like the Italians have moved in some men. So they know what's up. They know that they're going to lose attrition over these next few turns. Okay, but maybe they'll have to take some of them out to deal with Toulouse. And yes, unrest in Valencia. Oh, come on. Loyalist revolt. I mean, I guess, but why not the Spanish? I guess the Danes had it most recently, but I just wish that was a 50-50, right? Like, usually you'll see half of it is peasants, half of it is loyalists. There we go, though. That is a nice-looking stack. Let's see what it is. Okay, what's this? Is this me? Wow. Okay. Wait. What? This is a loyalist revolt, so this is the Italians. Very confusing. Okay, the Toulouse is a province that I held. That's right, because I forced them out of it. So we've got here the 50-50 thing, right, where it's half rebels and half natives. Okay, Naples is about to fall. All right, we've got 712 men left, so we lost. Oh gosh, we lost 109 men, but they lost 208, so that's good. That's quite good. Okay. Great. Aragon is likely to hold out for 2 years. See, so we've got 2 years still for that. And Switzerland, I forgot that we still technically have a presence in Switzerland. Okay, we're killing people in Kiev. Just forgot that I had Inquisitor there. And here's our inn in Rome and Spearmaker in Antioch. All right. Lord von Marin. All right. Okay, public order looks fine, right? Naples looks fine in terms of that. We're not making any money yet, so we don't need to worry about the taxes. But this is about to fall. Now, the nice thing about them having stacks here is that they can't move them out. Although the Byzantines do have the capability to send men around, they can't move them out of Tuscany. And, wow, I got Provence somehow. I'll take it. I don't know why that should be. We get a rebellion, and then the Byzantines were there. It was very confusing. But let's see, we've got a 1-star peasant. Wow. 1 shield peasant and a 2 shield archer. And we can give this guy 2 shields and make him Duke of Provence, or we could give the peasant, the archer, a 3rd, but he would still be leader of the stack. So I guess we better do this. That's the absolute best we can do. All right. We're actually making money. Well, geez, things could hardly look better. We're winning the game, right? Not only are we unquestionably winning here, but we're also making a little bit of extra money. So this is better than I expected. All right, Valencia, though, this is not so good. This is a loyalist revolt, which you're absolutely going to get. I thought taking everything down right to the bare earth and increasing taxes to very high would result in this. Although maybe I needed to have taxes on very low. I don't know. But we've got a little weird rebellion here. Rebels are probably going to win it because they've got a unit of Italian infantry versus just the 60 archers here. Yeah, we've got 1 year in Aragon. And yeah, very low taxes. Okay, let's move the spy over. Right? And he's pretty good. He could probably bring this down to under 100%. It's on very low. Let's see how much he can do. Now, my understanding of the way spies work is, at least on normal difficulty, I think this is what I read, is that it's 40% of a public... Each spy damages public order by 40 points, 40%. So each point of valor that they have additionally, I think it's another 10 or maybe another 20. So if it's another 20, that's 40, 60, 80, 100. So this should bring it down to 34 next turn, right? If that's right. Or it should bring it down if it's 10. If each star is worth 10 points of public order, then that would bring it to 40, 50, 60, 70, down to 70 points. So that would also bring it down to, like, 64 or whatever. All right, so that's good. Here we've got a very capable looking army. And this is, yeah, just a regular peasant revolt, but they've got a great mix. They've got chivalric men-at-arms, a unit of archers, a unit of the handgunners, and then they've got some militia, mounted sergeants, as well as some regular spears. So this could do it. Now, to be fair, they do have a prince with a ton of valor, and they've got some other assorted units, but yeah, that might do it. Okay, here it looks like there's a single unit in Leon. In Castile, we can train essentially nothing. So it feels like there's no point in trying to hold it. Let's see. Could we bribe you? 40,000. Almost 50 grand. That is ridiculous. This bribery is it's highway robbery is what it is. This bribery. Oh, gosh. Okay, we've got another... Okay, unfortunately, this is an empty province, but there's a border fort, so I can't bring my spy up. Let's go to Scotland. Just keep an eye on things. How's, rebellion looking? Let's see. We do have some inquisitors with some valor on them. Okay, and here's Ile-de-France. We could maybe corner a prince. It might be nice to try that. Do we divide the army? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go, you two go over here, and you two go up to Normandy. And then if this attack fails, hopefully this one will resolve first, right? And we'll win. He'll probably retreat. And then, right, is that how that would work? I don't know. Let's try both and see what happens. It's usually pretty risky to split up your forces like that, but why not? And we did indeed get a loyalist rebellion in Bavaria. Oh, that's great. Okay, now this is a rebellion, so this works a little differently. As we've already seen, if you get a rebellion in your favor, I don't think you can retreat out of it. So this is a do-or-die situation for our men, but we've got a great little army here. We've got 3 chivalric men-at-arms, 1 unit of feudal men-at-arms, and a couple of feudal sergeants. I'm hoping they just withdraw, and then we can kick this army somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe back to Bohemia. But it'll be nice to see what they have going on. Okay. And then we've got an inquisitor that's down in Kiev. Yeah, but who is he going after, though? See, the thing I'm not sure about is when it's red here, it tells you they've got a mission. I don't think he really has a mission. Like, I think his mission is just to stand around and burn the population, which is not really what I want him to do. Like, he's got the zeal down to 12% here, which is fine. Maybe that helps the Mongols in some way because, that it's majority Catholic and now they're not so zealous, so maybe now they don't care that they're governed by a pagan. But that's not really the goal. So I think, and I'm just noticing, is that like a torch or like a... What does this Inquisitor have? Oh, I guess I can't tell. It almost looks like it's a little torch or torture implement. Interesting. Well, let's move him up here. We've got a whole bunch of royal family up here. Let's see. Anybody that we might have a chance with. All right, 2%. Go for it. This is Lord Tryggvason, Duke of Normandy. All these guys are terribly unpious. You would have a 2% chance too. So the difference between a 0 Valor Inquisitor and a 3 Valor Inquisitor is just exactly the same. That's disappointing, but we'll go for it. I think that I think the stars do matter. I think the Valor does play a role. It's just okay. What have we got here? 1, 2. So we get 3 full units, and we did lose some men, of course, just due to attrition. So let's do the same thing. Right? Move these guys over. And inside, yeah, this is going to be good. If he does sally out, -6 morale. That's not insignificant. But they may hit us with a different army altogether. All right, let's just hope it works. We've got another chivalric man-at-arms on the way, and unfortunately, we can't train anything at the inn. If we could, there'd be a button here we could press for hiring mercenaries. So that's not an option at the moment. Well, we do have money currently. We're making a little bit, actually, making 254 this year. So, we could theoretically spend, something and not feel too bad about it. I've been thinking about a port. I keep thinking about that, but then I keep thinking, well, we're going to have Naples pretty soon, and this is going to incentivize us to have a port because it has trade resources, and maybe someday we'll be able to trade with some factions. I mean, this is not encouraging. This half stack of Danish ships, and this other half stack, and another stack. So, I'm not saying it's going to work, but theoretically, we would want to get a port here anyway. There already is one. So I don't feel like we need to spend on it. And, the other stuff, I just know how our finances could tank very quickly, although it has to be said, a little less likely these days since we've got such diminished forces. But let's hold off. Citadel, with any luck, we can capture one of these as a citadel, and if not, if we're going to survive this campaign, then I guess we'll have time, right, at some point. So I'm just not worried about citadels right now. Okay, so what do we do with Castile? I think we burn it to the ground because I see in our future a counterattack from all the surrounding Danes. So yeah, as much as I would kind of like to hang out here. Wait, now we're making less money? I thought Schwartz said we were making 254. That's peculiar. Well, anyway. Oh, that's right, because we're making less money because we destroyed the farm. Okay. So let's go to very low taxes and move over to Leon. This looks like we can't possibly win it, but let's bring our Inquisitor over just so we can get a sense of what we're facing next season. In fact, maybe you can tell me. Oh, 24%. Let's give that a shot. We've got a 4-star. Okay, this is Sir Skapti Hrafnsson of the Danes. I'm guessing this is probably a knight unit then. Probably a royal knight. So yeah, not good. Not good results there. Okay. Provence. Do we want to do anything with these guys? Because we technically own Toulouse, I guess we could move these units out of Provence and over here to defend. And that would not be a provocation because we're not attacking the Italians. We would just be defending. But I don't really want to use these guys against the Italian infantry. And I'd rather the rebels just take it. So, yeah, let's just hang out in Provence. I mean, Milan, that's the other thing. Like, you kind of think, well, maybe we should defend Milan, but nah. I don't see much point. It's only making us, 173. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a rebellion. And down here, we've got our Spearmaker built. So here's, I think, where we want to build. Let's go with a church here. Now that we can... We'll sort of swap back and forth. We got spears, We'll do the church, then we'll do like a, a sword maker or something, and then we'll go for the chapter house, and then we'll think about, crusading from Antioch right down to Tripoli. And so now, is the big counterattack of the Byzantines into Naples or Rome going to come now? Because this is, I think, their last chance at that. Oh, someone's hitting us in Naples. Let's see what this is. The Danes... Like, what the heck? They're sending tiny forces down there. Okay, so we're failing to inquisit people. And the Danes retreat out of Normandy. Fantastic. And the Danes retreat out of Ile-de-France. Also fantastic. We lost Anjou, but I figured Toulouse we lost, but we lost it to the rebels. That's nice. Okay, this is our invasion of Bavaria. This is a rebellion, really, on our part. This is a bunch of local boys who just couldn't stand the haughty mannerisms of Lord de Escobedo. And they do outnumber us by about 59 men. But, I think, I'm going to guess that we could win this just on the quality of our troops alone. I don't think the Spanish are going to have super high tier stuff. They could, right? They've got Swabia. Sure. I don't think we have any archers, so I'm okay to attack in what will end up to be rain. Alright. We got 0 valor, so we got to remember that. But let's go there, and let's just march up. Oh, there's a trebuchet. Okay. So let's just go around that. You'll notice that the siege weapons, I think, are invariably aimed straight forward. And they've got 1 Royal Knight. That's the general there. Okay, so I have no idea how good he is, how much valor, because, if you only got 1 guy, you can't have, like, 5 flags of valor, so it's kind of obscure. But yeah, the trebuchets, when the AI sets them up, is pretty much always they're just straight ahead. And the AI does not do a very good job of protecting its artillery. In fact, it seems to act as though it doesn't exist. So we'll just get up around it, go through the woods, where I think our guys are going to do pretty well. Again, I know nothing of what the Spanish have. We'll get up here. And here's the rain. That's actually really nice timing. What do they have? Crossbowmen? Okay, yeah, sure. And there's their general way over on the other hill. Okay, there we've got some other stuff. Some chivalric men-at-arms, but 35. 52 archers, some Pavese arbalesters, 16 crossbowmen, 12 trebuchet crew. Okay. So what is this? 35 chivalric men-at-arms, 100 feudal sergeants. Okay, so that's something a bit better. I think we should run up this hill. Get the field sergeants straight up ahead too. All right, we're gonna surround them because we got 3 chivalric men-at-arms units. All right, go right after the feudal sergeants. And they've got, what else? Pavese arbalesters. Okay, militia sergeants. That's a problem. Could indeed be trouble. Let's go over here. And you can help out on the right. Feudal men-at-arms are losing against the militia sergeants. Let's hit those feudals. And let's hit the militia sergeants here. General's coming back. Alright, we are kind of getting confused, I think, because we were going after a certain unit and then some other guys emerged. So, this may not work. Yeah, we're losing those feudal sergeants. Let's see. Those militia sergeants, though... Yeah, they're doing great. Damn it. Yep. Oh, that stinks. Militia sergeants are too tough. Too tough. Alright, I was really hoping we could get that one. Okay, we invaded... Oh, it's a Jeanette unit. Alright. Let's do it. Yeah, I think... You know, I don't know that we're gonna pull this one off either, but... We have a shot. We've only got 20 feudal sergeants. Alright. Where are you? You're over there? Yeah, I mean... As we've seen, if I were a unit of Spanish Jeanettes, and I were being attacked by 1 unit of archers and 1 unit of 20 feudal sergeants, I would not be concerned at all. So, yeah, this is not going to work. But let's try to get some casualties while we can. Yeah. Yep, that's just how it's gonna go. Oh, okay, actually, hold off. Yeah. We're still shooting. But we're, of course, obscured by our own men. Let's see. Alright, halt. Alright. Now they're going to throw jabs. That's not great. Alright, throw them in now. But yeah, keep firing. 24 men. Alright, again. Okay. I thought that would have been the last of them. Let's just return. Alright. Throw them in. I should have waited for that charge. Oh well. 18 men. They're marching quickly, so let them kind of pull away, but notice these guys get stuck behind. Alright. Alright. Come back. Alright, they got really short range is the thing. And so we can kind of keep doing this. This is such cheese. I love this. Okay, so I mean, you could watch a Let's Play of a guy who wins campaigns, right? Or you could watch this, and you could maybe learn something that you wouldn't have found out. I'm learning stuff, right? Here's how to, do your best against some Spanish Jeanettes when you've got garbage, right? Holy Roman Empire campaign is about how to work with garbage. Alright, they're marching quickly again. Is this going to be it for them? With these feudal sergeants, I would not have expected them to do so well. And we're going to get it. Now, sadly, extremely sadly, we're not going to take the province. Because those, 6 guys are going to get back to the castle and lock themselves in. That sucks. Wouldn't that be so nice to get? It's a full castle. And as a matter of fact... we're probably going to get a big rebellion there, but no one counterattacked us in Castile, which is interesting. So we lost Valencia, finally. Naples is invaded. So this is so weird. So the Danes are attacking. I don't think they're allied to the Byzantines. And, okay, they're attacking with about 2 units of Vikings, not even, and 2 archers. it's a really weird move. And my only thought is that maybe they are allied with the Byzantines. They're trying to relieve the siege, but the Byzantines are not sallying out at the same time, right? Because that could happen too, right? I guess. Or it could just be that the AI is BS and is cheating, right? Because, this is something you would typically not do, right? Go aggressively after a tiny faction that is just trying desperately to do its best, right? That's what I feel like now. I feel like I'm kind of being ganged up on because like they saw, oh, the player seems to be maybe doing a little bit of expanding. Let's just screw him. But again, I don't think they have much hope of winning this. Maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong about the last battle. I thought for sure we'd lose. Okay, Naples, they're going to get to decide to attack. We have literally no archers. I've got to remember that. We've got 0 ranged stuff for this army. That said, I think we're okay just to park ourselves right here. They're going to appear somewhere, somewhere like here. So, they can get up to our left and get on this little saddle of land, I suppose. But do we want to lead with the fanatics? I think I might. Put the fanatics, like, over here. And, okay, one unit only has 30 men, which is okay. We do have some spears. Maybe we should put them behind the fanatics, I guess. And then we've got some chivalric sergeants here, just 1 unit. And, of course, our knights. I think they're going to be, kind of important here. The chivalric men-at-arms, I would almost rather not use them at all, if I can help it, because I don't want the, I don't want them to get killed by Vikings. Alright, we've got 2 Teutonic sergeants hidden in the trees. So we're going to wait for the Danes to advance. They've got some archers. We can either go kill those archers, or when the Vikings look like they're about to close with our line, we spring it on them. Alright, you guys are attacking. And they're going to march straight across, so I'm going to bring the fanatics over. We're going to get some height to charge down from. Well, this is, if nothing else, kind of a nice way for us to get to kill Danes that I wasn't expecting. Right, it might be the time now. Them out, run the fanatics right down there. Down there, right after those Genoese sailors. And the other knights, send them down the hill. And yeah, like I pretty much just want to use the fanatics and cav, if I can do it. So, General, you go after those 5 Vikings. The other cav, you go after those 59 archers. Good. And Teutonic sergeants come down here. And as soon as we get this last Viking, we're going to bring our general back around. Trying to get sucked into the melee here. Try to avoid that. So they're spending basically all of their energy killing... Alright, come on. Killing our light fanatics and stuff. Great. There we go. Hit that unit. That's their general. They are taking out some of our Teutonic sergeants and a lot of our fanatics, so they're very good at hacking through our light garbage.
The enemy general flees.
And we did take a few casualties on our Teutonic cav as a result of those archers. Nice. All right, and now we're just running down the archers who actually are standing and fighting, but there they go. Very nice. You know, I think I'll allow the ransom on this one. You know, it's like, what, a couple units of Vikings and some archers. Hey, we did it. And it looks like the Citadel's there. Is that correct? Is that going to be? Please let us keep the Citadel. All right, we got 727. No, we're not going to pay ransom. What is this for? For the Spanish. Oh, that's right, for the rebellion. Oh, okay, we could get... Some of those guys might be good. 209 men. Is it worth it? I wish I knew which ones they were. They'll be returned to the nearest province you hold. Does that include, like, Ile-de-France? Let's do it, because I am just curious. Okay, what's closer? Bavaria was up here, so probably Milan. We'll get 200 guys in Milan. Is that what we did? Yes, we got a bunch of guys in Milan. Okay. All right, we got Catholic bandits in Castile. Very nice. And unrest in Castile. That's also good. All right, the Golden Horde is big. I like it. And 2,100 in Naples. Oh, we're not going to keep the Citadel. Are we? All right, siege in Aragon. It's about to fall. Siege in Switzerland. I like to hold it. All right, just let me get back to the thing. We got a Citadel. Yes, yes, yes. All right. And how's our influence? It's up to 5. Well, I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Great. So the Byzantines never once counterattacked. It was up to the Danes to do that. The Danes counterattacked, which sucked because it feels like they should not have, right, quite honestly. Prince Ludwig is 16 years old, and he's looking very loyal. He's looking very commanding here. He's a great warrior, hard sums. I'm starting to get some good sons. Oh, I love it. Okay. We could try to kill this guy. Let's do that. Let's maybe get a star on our assassin. And now we got to plan our next move. And I think it's going to require us to build another crusade marker here. We're going to go immediately for another one of those things. I think I want to go... Yeah, I want to keep this up, move my guys down. Oh, how nice is this? Okay, so now Naples has the building for the Imperial Chamberlain. So that's something we got to keep in mind. We could give to one of our other governors. And King of Naples is a little disappointing. Just one point of loyalty. But, oh, gosh, it worked. Okay, so another crusade, another 4 years. No mercs, unfortunately. You'd think we might get some because we're on a, you know, a frontier. But I guess the fact that we've built up the castle, or someone has, plus the town watch here, the higher the level of the castle, the less chance of mercenaries. And the presence of these buildings, like town watch, also decreases mercenary chance. And I think other buildings too, like there's some military academy. I think I read that one also hurts the chance of mercenary draw. Okay, we've got a victory. Got a victory to our name. Okay, this is what we want to see. So if an Inquisitor actually has a mission, it's going to be called Trying a Heretic. Good to know. Okay. Okay. Now this, I wonder, since it's literally 4 guys here, could we bribe that? Could we bribe that? Where's my good emissary? I thought he was right around here. Scotland. Okay, Valencia, are you the good guy? Okay, you're 2. Actually, you're decent. I think I just trained you. Wolfram von Eschenbach. Did we not talk about him? Who's the other guy? Tancred von Schwaben, Wolfram von Eschenbach, Heinrich von Morrigan. So this is a new guy, Wolfram von Eschenbach. So we're getting, like, all of our emissaries are famous, which is nice because I think that does help with bribery. And wait, what? Did they invade Valencia? Wait, what? No, okay, they're not at war with the Danes. They're not allied with the Danes. But the Byzantines somehow ended up with Valencia. How? I clicked too fast through that. I apologize. Geez, why did that happen? Because there was a Danish rebellious force here. Did that switch? No, this is all Byzantine units. So I don't know what happened here. Okay. Well, let's send you... okay, I want an emissary who is at a port. Let's see, you're at a port. Scotland. Very high taxes. You know, not a lot of guys here. Let's see, how much would it cost to bribe the garrison in Leon? Come on over here, guys. Come out of the castle. We'll let you live. You'll join the glorious Holy Roman Empire. 8,427. Is it worth it? Let's say yes for now, because we could make some of this back by trashing the province. And I know that's like almost half of our funds. Now we're at minus 436. Why are we negative again? Oh, because the crusade is no longer, you know, being paid for. It still might be worth it to do this, you know, because then we could destroy it. You know, the Danes don't get Leon anymore. And this is very nice because they, you know, they don't get Valencia. Now, this may rebel back to the Danes, I guess. But didn't the Byzantines have this at one point? I think they did. They moved over here, it feels like forever ago. Okay. So we've got, right, Albertus Magnus. I didn't notice this. So this is a famous character for sure. Albertus Magnus, a 3-star Catholic bishop. I know the name. I know that he's an important character in medieval history, but I don't really know anything beyond that. I don't know if he was like a grammarian, or was he a like a chronicler or a mathematician or something, or just a philosopher, theologian. I don't know, but he's an important guy, so that's actually great. We've got some assassination insurance for him. All right, is it worth it to bribe Leon? Yeah, I think so. That's kind of why we get the ransom, so we could do these high spikes of you know, expenses every now and then. All right, I think we're going to send you down, Prince Ludwig, and you can be the garrison commander at Naples. And let's see what we can do with this place now. We've got the ability... Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know this. So most of the time when you take over a province that belongs to a faction of a different religion, their religious buildings are destroyed. So, like, for example, there was probably an Orthodox church here, right? But that is destroyed. However, the monastery remains, even though this is very much the Orthodox style of monastery. This is what it looks like when the Byzantines build it. But we still get to use it because it's not an Orthodox monastery. It is just a generic monastery. So that's great. We could train inquisitors right now. We're getting +1 morale for the troops here. It looks like we've got some nice armor upgrades. We can train emissaries, and we can train caravels right now. And we've also got a little bit of a spy network capability going on. Well, that's beautiful. And we've kept the Merchants Guild. This is wonderful. Now, we don't have great troop training, it has to be said. We've got some crossbows. You know, we've got the sergeants and, you know, some of the militia types. Oh, gosh. Okay, caravels, actually. I guess we could try it, but that... We'd be getting one at a time out into the Adriatic, and then I feel like the Danes would just have a field day with that. So maybe we'll just wait, and we won't worry about that. But let's go... do we want to go with an assassin or a spy? Let's do a spy. He'll get spawned in Naples, and probably rack up the valor, because I'm guessing there's lots of agents moving around the world now. Train a spy, we'll keep an assassin after that. And what do we want to do here? We could go for this. I mean, Citadel is amazing. This opens us up to, like, just another level of stuff. We're making 169 off of that 20% improved farmland. If we go up to... Oh, that's pathetic. That's a bad return. Okay. So, I mean, Naples by itself is not making all that much money for us because it's not connected with a trade network. And it won't be as long as the Danes are alive, unfortunately. Unless we... I don't know. Unless something crazy happens. But, yeah. So, what do we want to build here? I'm kind of thinking that we want to go down the spear route so we can get cavalry. I mean, right? I think this is required for us to get some good cav. And then we do this. We can get Royal Knights, and then the next level we could get... or we could go Halberdiers. All right, what's going to be the best bang for the buck? I don't really think we need a church. We've already got a morale bonus from the monastery building. And this is going to give us, oh, Pavies, crossbowmen, and arbalesters. This is going to eventually allow us to get swords. But, you know, we've already got here, so we got to be focused now. We've already got the highest tier swordsmith building in Rome, right? The highest tier swords we can make at any rate. We could upgrade this further, but I don't think there's any other sword units at those higher tiers. So this would be like going down the line of getting us, you know, spearmen, feudal sergeants, chivalric sergeants, again, all of which we can get at Rome. The only thing we could do here that we can't do here just yet is this, the town militia for halberdiers. I don't know how useful they are, especially for the types of armies we're facing. Halberdiers are good against, you know, heavy cav. And while the Danes do have heavy cav, and, you know, other factions do as well, I think we can do without it. So let's skip that. And let's instead go for the royal court so we can get some knights, because that's the one thing... let's see. Okay, this... Oh, this is a horse breeders guild, and this is a master horse breeder. So this is already higher. So in other words, we could get chivalric knights, right? Because what do we need for that? Armorers Guild and the baronial court. So here's our Armorers Guild, and the baronial court is just 2 upgrades away. So Naples is going to be our cav province, and the way we do it is this: royal court, spend 1,000 on that, then get to the royal estate. That gets us our feudal knights. Okay, there we go. I think that's what we're going to do in order to kind of remain competitive. All right, we're doing a church over in Antioch. We've got a crusade completed. We're training another one, and I think we're not going to build anything in Rome. The Spite campaign in Spain. This is actually kind of working. I know it sounds stupid to say, but like Aragon, okay, this is going to fall next turn, right? But the Italians will have it, not the Danes. The Italians have Aquitaine, not the Danes. The rebels have Toulouse, not the Danes, and there's nothing here anyway. So this will help the Italians. They'll have all of this facility, they'll have all this income. Great. Valencia, the Byzantines have it, not the Danes. Castile, who's going to win this? Well, probably the Danes, but still, we burned it to the ground, right? Portugal, we can go right back and do the same thing we just did with our spy once Aragon gets decided, right? If this is going to rebel next turn, then we move him back over to Leon. If we bribe Leon, then this gets burned to the earth, to the bare earth. So that leaves them, the Danes, with these provinces that have not been touched, and Navarre, which is very well built up, actually. But I think that's good. Okay, at any rate, what do we got here? We've got... Okay, we've got 2 princes here. Ooh. Well, first of all, we'll destroy this little stuff. And I'm thinking I want to bring my army up back to Normandy and Ile-de-France. Yeah, we'll take some cash here. Low taxes here, and it's a shame that we don't have a better army here. Do we want to just go to Flanders? This is 2 princes. Wait, how did I know that? I could have sworn didn't I just click that like a second ago? And now I can't click it. What's going on here? Oh, the border fort. That's why. Okay. All right. So there's 2 princes here. I know that because of the border fort that I just destroyed. All right. And what would we be facing them with? Nothing good. This is also nothing good, but it's more of it. So what would be more damaging? Probably throwing everything at Flanders, which they're trying to rebuild. Let's go here. We'll make them go this way. Like, again, I'd love to, you know, kill the royal family, But I think they've got too many princes at the moment. There's just a lot all over the place. And let's take a look at our ransomed army here. We've got Albrecht Salier and Andreas Guiscard, a good runner. So, you know, it's not looking good. We'd give one of these guys, one of the more loyal guys, preferably the one who's not a good runner, the governorship of Milan. And then I don't know, maybe kick these guys over to Provence, or maybe even see what we could do about one of these other provinces, like going to Venice. We do have a spy in Venice. Why do we have that? Let's bring him over to Leon to help us a little bit. And, yep, I think that's all we want to do there. All right, very high taxes, training and building, and I think everything is good. All right. Right. Oh, we're getting hit in Milan. That's unfortunate. Okay. We got Sir Skapti Hravenson. That was one success. Rome. Okay, good. I thought that was my guy who got killed. Our assassin got an extra star for that killing of the Byzantine emissary Theodore Calaphates. Oh, gosh, this sucks. Freaking Danes, man. Flanders are retreating. We've conquered Flanders, but it's still under siege. And they're sallying out. Wow. Okay. This is pretty ballsy, I've got to say. We've got a 2-star general here, and Arnold Subersdorf. This is an army. Keep in mind where these guys came from. They were raised to do nothing but sit in the citadel of Valencia on the other side of Spain. They conquered, against all odds, into Castile, took it, burned the entire place down, then marched on Leon, right, against all reason, leaving a perfectly good castle and province behind them, right, marched into Leon, beat the Spanish Jeanette's unit, and now these guys are assaulting us with 4 men. Bring it on. Bring it on, because we've still got our full complement of archers, and we've got some really tough guys in these feudal sergeants, I think. So where do we want to be here? Obviously, well, a couple of options would be nice. One would be trees, but we don't really have that, I guess. It's just outside of the fence area. So the other option is just to get up on this hill. And again, their range is so bad that I think, you know, we'll be just fine shooting them. Now, the one thing is, if they charge our archers, oh my gosh, 2 of them just flopped over. Come on, kill them both. 1. All right. Oh, come on. Stay. Let's see. Can we shoot him? Reloading. Fire. Nope. Okay. Well, we won it. Now it's down to a single man. And no one else attacked. That's amazing. All right. Castile is lost. Milan is invaded by the Spanish. And this is their Prince Gark with some mounted sergeants. Okay, who's leading? Ah, geez, I'm trying to remember. Is this the guy who's the good runner vice? I think this is the good runner. So let's see what we can do. I mean, we could abandon and we could go somewhere else, right? We could just go to Provence. That'd probably be okay, but let's see. Do we get to set up on a hill? Oh, yeah. We get to set up on a stupid hill. Look at this. Now, I think this is inaccessible. Yeah, we can't set up, like, up here. But we can set up, like down here. Yeah. All right. Let's bring him down a little bit closer. And, you know, again, I think, you know, we could easily lose this. They can get up. Actually, they could get up a lot higher. Let's see what they will do. I have a feeling they're going to go straight up through the trees. Well, maybe not. Okay, so let's bring the feudal sergeants over here. And do we want to go down through the woods while they're forming up? This seems kind of dumb. Like, my instinct would be to stay on the hill. But if we can get some tree cover to negate the rank bonus from the spears and the cav and the archers, all that stuff seems good. Let's go right down into those 48 feudal sergeants. And you can go after those 100 feudal sergeants. Alright, you don't want to fight now, huh? Let's wait. Keep the swordsmen up and out of the way for the moment. Oh, we got some royal knights coming through the trees. Let's actually we'll get down into the woods with our swords. Oh, we're doing great. Yeah, our general, though. I mean, 0 valor, some bad traits. Oh, jeez. I just accidentally clicked him to move somewhere. Let's hit the mounted sergeants, I suppose. Alright, feudal sergeant's doing very nice on this wing. But now we're downhill because of a misclick again. You got to be very careful when clicking in this game. Alright, what are you doing? Oh, okay, you're in the woods, that's right. Okay, we're actually managing to do a little bit of damage against their cav in the trees. Oh, but there they go, that's sad. And it would be nice to have gotten rid of this unit, like, I don't know, 1 minute ago. Give me 60 seconds, I could have brought these guys over, and then they would be fighting these cav now, and I think we could have had it. Like, we're doing good. We're kitting down their mounted sergeants. But they're going to get the high ground on us. Let's just move them out. See if we can get down into that cav. No? Yes? Yeah. Alright, where are you? I've not been paying attention. I mean, like, everyone's routing. I figured this is a 0 valor army. It's kind of a foregone conclusion. Alright, they're getting off the mountain here. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we've got one captured soldier. We'll just execute him. So that could have gone better. But we lost Milan. Hey, the Spanish have it now. The Spanish are like the new us, basically. They've got half of our territory. The Hungarians have the other half, and the Danes have a bit around the edges. No, we're not going to pay the ransom that time. And we got our loyalist revolt just in the nick of time. I think the Italians have that province. They got the fort, or the citadel rather. But we got a loyalist revolt. Now the question is this going to count as an attack for the purposes of excommunication? Because we didn't have a choice in this, right? I mean, the Pope doesn't know that we have a spy over there working for this exact thing. But this is not like an ordered attack from our actual military. This is just a loyalist, spontaneous outpouring of loyalist feeling among the peasants. We'll see. Okay, so the Danes don't like the fact that we're beating them in Leon. Okay, they're embarrassed. All right, Ile-de-France, Normandy, and Aragon has fallen. And siege in Leon. Oh gosh, so disappointing. Okay. So, as your emissary reaches the target, he reviews the army's worth. He advises you the army is not of the value originally assessed, and an offer of 7,900 florins should be made. So our only options here, so originally it was something like, it was over 8,000. And that was when it was 4 guys. Now it's 1 guy. So I think we're going to offer the advised amount. Oh! Did we lose the money? Oh no, they took the money. Oh, that sucks. Did they? Yeah, I think they did. Nope. Okay, no, they didn't. We got the cash back. Good. Jeez, I was worried about that. Okay, so we were not able to persuade him to join us, but we didn't lose the 7 grand. All right, we actually some of those guys did survive. Back in Provence now. Okay. Let's see. Anjou, Normandy, Flanders. We could pursue one of the things I wanted to do. I've got 2 minds about this. One is to go into England, right? And we could do that now. And in part because maybe the chaos we cause here could encourage an English reemergence. So I think that's what I want to do. We're going to try to go up the whole length of this island. We're going to go up to Scotland. That's a very rebellious province naturally. So we'll just move everybody over here. And we'll keep the Inquisitor with us just so he can tell us what type of armies we're going to find. Okay, so we go to Wessex. Do they stay and fight, or do they withdraw to the fort? Probably withdraw to the fort. But then we go up to Mercia, Wales, right? We just try to cause as much chaos as we can in England with the hopes that the English will reemerge. Okay, and our army here... Oh, this is cool. So, we get a loyalist revolt in Aragon, and one of the things we get is a unit we cannot train, called Almogavars. And in fact, nobody can train this unit. This is an untrainable unit. They are available as mercenaries extremely rarely in my experience. I don't think I've ever seen them show up as mercenaries. They are available, I think, in the High Era as a rebel unit in Navarre, so you can bribe them. I don't know about the late period. They're not available in the early period. But this is a really interesting unit. Now, it may be I am overvaluing them because they are extremely rare. But the fact is, this is a javelin, or it might be more accurate to say like a heavy spear throwing unit, who is also a spear unit. So they have, I think they have like 1 spear each that they throw, and then they can charge in. And so there's 60 men. It's kind of like, a swordsman unit in terms of size, but like a javelin unit in the fact that it's got ranged, but it acts like a melee unit. So this is a good get. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how good this unit is going to be here, and I'm not relishing the thought of weakening the Italians, quite honestly. So I might just auto-calc this one, because it's not like I really want to kill the Italians. And if this was going to maybe get me Aragon back, like if we still had guys in the Citadel, I could go with it. I'd play it out, but unfortunately our spy, who's now up to 4 stars, didn't pull this revolt out in time. So we're going to have to get him back over to Portugal to give some trouble to Prince Eric. Very low taxes there, 113. But yeah. So unless the Italians move out and leave like a weakened force here, I don't think I'm going to be actually seeing these guys in battle, which is a real shame. I guess we could... There's no way of knowing which units really survive, but maybe we could withdraw them at the beginning of the battle if that's possible. Actually, it may not be because we don't have anywhere to withdraw to. So, I don't know. But we're probably not going to bother with that. Okay, here in Leon, the question I have is this. If we attack the castle at this point, which is resolved first? Is our assault resolved first, or is the rebellion resolved first? Because that's 2 different battles. Would we even get to assault? Or would it just be we have to fight this rebellion? The other thing I'm wondering is, do we just want to go for Portugal? Because there's also just a prince there. I mean, he's got a ton of stars. That might be better. I don't know. I don't know. What would this be? Oh, 11,000 now. So he's a super loyal guy at this point. Yeah, man of principle. So no point in bribing him anymore. Well, he did good service by running away really fast, so we couldn't catch him. But yeah, so we're gonna try to get a rebellion here in Portugal. Actually, no, we're gonna get a rebellion in Portugal. We don't need to worry about that. Let's try it, right? Let's try the assault. If there's a chance that we can get the castle and then be under siege, that's fine, because then we can just be under siege for a while. Again, it probably won't matter in the long run, but let's go with it. Okay, attacking out of Flanders, Provence. Do I want to do anything with these guys? They're not very useful, quite honestly, so I think we will leave it alone. And we'll see if we're going to be excommunicated next turn, because the Italian attack may be construed as an attack instead of a rebellion. All right, and the Danes, they may be bankrupt completely, because I'm not seeing any training in Sicily, and you would think they would be. I'd like to wait for a crusade army to attack Sicily, or probably first crusade against Tuscany, and that would make me feel like I could move around a little more securely. Yeah, get them off my back. That exposes me to Danes, Spaniards, Danes. We'll think about it. This is the last year of the 13th century, and a very bad century for us it was. It saw us at the beginning, at the high period there, sitting on, I think, a pretty good position. We had a bunch of provinces. We had roughly the German region, I believe. Oh, and they brought their king in. They miscalculated. We're going to get Wessex. Ha, 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 ha. Did not expect that. All right. And Provence. Okay, I'm just going to autocalc this. I've got, at first glance, oh, you've got swords and spears, but no, this is 6 swords, 2 swords, 35 spears against this. We'll autocalc, and Provence is lost to the Danes. Now, they are assaulting us. Okay, so that's the answer to that question. We do not get to assault first. The battle is occurring in the province, like a rebellion or a counterattack gets resolved before the assault. All right. Auto-resolve again. There's just no prayer. And we lose Leon. Okay, the Italians... They don't want to fight Almogavars. Oh, that is beautiful. Not only do I keep the unit, but I get Aragon right back. Oh my gosh, my spy, I am never going to underestimate you again. What wonderful work convincing those Almogavars to come over and help me out. All right, ransom demanded. This is... Oh yeah, this is, I think, these guys. We're not going to bother with them. All right, and that's the end of our emperor. Let's see. Unrest in Switzerland. Oh, okay. All right, we got a loyalist revolt there in Switzerland. I wasn't expecting that. Golden Horde are in Moldavia. Their king is in Moldavia, and they're the richest. That's awesome. Switzerland has fallen, but on the very same turn, we're getting a rebellion here. And that's, what is that? All right, not much. I have no idea what they have. But that's kind of nice, actually. Here in Swabia, they've got a little bit. But yes, let's look at this. We've got Aragon right back again. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Are we excommunicated? I don't know. No, we're not, because this is just a rebellion. Screw you. We got it back. Oh, and we got some good troops, too. I mean, they're not, no valor. There's no good general leading them. But now we've got our own unit of Almogavar. So now I'm going to think about how to use these guys. Like, we could train some stuff again, right? We're still losing money. We've got over 20 grand, but we're still losing, like, a lot of cash. But they're going to lose Portugal. They're going to have to move right back into that again. Well, so yeah, let's see what Scotland has. And in Wales, oh, if we go to Mercia, they can't leave Mercia. Well, okay, I mean, they could leave. They could go to Northumbria or Wales. But yeah, let's just move on. Straight up to Mercia. Now, they may actually stand and fight here. Let's put it on low taxes. Very low. And keep everything, I think. I mean, Wessex is never going to be a great troop producer because the AI focuses on naval stuff here. It's got a valor bonus for cogs, which is a ship, and I don't know. This enables barks. I think you need to be at higher levels, but you're not going to see this really training a lot of good stuff. So I'm a little not worried about that. Let's go up here and see if we can just intimidate the Danish king again to withdraw. But we got Wessex. We got Wessex back. Let's put a unit of let's put the one guy, feudal sergeants, right here, just in case the Danes decide to move back. Right, we'll just hold in the fort here, and if they counterattack, we'll go back to the fort, and then it will be their problem, right? If let's just do this. We don't need that. I don't think we need to train urban militia either, so we'll destroy that. That's going to hurt public order a little further, but I don't care. We'll go up and see if they move out of Mercia, or if we're going to have a fight there. Our new emperor, Otto V, is 32, 4 valor, killer instinct, so not too bad, but he's unmarried, and that is a bit of an issue. We are going to have to do something about that. So let's take a look at our other guys. They're actually looking pretty decent. It would be a quick little crusade down to Sicily. Move the thing that I'm a little worried about is that we'd move the crusade through Naples, which would potentially hurt. No, we could actually do a swap-a-rooney. We could just, the crusade comes down, this army comes back to Rome, right? And then it moves, I don't know. But at any rate, we're probably going to go for Sicily next. I think that makes more sense. And then we just hold on in Rome. But yeah, our new emperor here, looking pretty good. Loyalty's looking pretty good in these forces, and among our prince. And over here in Aragon, where Conrad Plittersdorf is leading a fairly well-balanced little rebel army to oversee our interests. The year is 1300. We're going to get glorious achievement points counted. Oh, and they are counted. They're counted already. And the Danes are winning. They're 137 to our 126. The Hungarians are close to us, but, let's see, what are our points? They're going to gradually overcome us too, but it's going to take a little bit longer, whereas the Danes are really just spiraling out of control. So this is why we need to keep this up. We need to keep hurting them, but more importantly, I think this is where we make a comeback, if there's one to be had, where we gradually improve the quality of our troops until we've got a good stack, right? And then we move that good stack everywhere we freaking can to murder the Danes, because the thing we have to do is eliminate this faction if we want to win the campaign in terms of points. So pretty much the entire campaign we've been winning. This is the very first view you're going to get of us starting to maybe fall behind a little bit. Surprised? I'm as surprised as you are, because, I mean, just to look at this, you'd see that we're doing fantastic, obviously. But I think this is a good point to end the episode here, folks. We have, I don't know if we've turned a corner, but it feels like we have maybe something resembling a plan, finally, after it feels like a very long time of not having much of a plan. So when we come back, we'll decide what to do with Aragon exactly, where we're going to move these troops, or whether we want to hunker with them and kind of build up forces here again, because all the infrastructure is still here. We're going to decide how Mercia is going to turn out. We're attacking over a river crossing, and the Danes might decide to take that fight, despite the fact that their king is also in this army, and he's been quick to retreat in the face of numerical superiority. We'll also see, when our crusade finishes in a couple of turns, which way we're going to go with it, and how good an army it's going to be, and when we can get to some real nice heavy cav that could help us turn the tide in our battles. So, looking over here, yeah, the Danes are strong. The Danes are strong in the steppe, and that could be just a total nightmare. But I think we can get a core of provinces back, maybe, and we can maybe right the ship. We'll see. We'll see if we can at least survive to 1453, and that's kind of the goal at this point. It's 1300. We've got some turns left. Thanks for joining me for this episode. I hope you'll stick around for the next one. Until then, everybody, take care.